Donaldson, the DUP, who was, I think, listening to that and is also on the line. Morning to you.
Good morning.
The fundamental point here, which Chris Hazard was making and others have made as well, is that never mind the infrastructure, what this does is create borders in people's minds, as it were, and that itself is unacceptable.
Well, Justin, with all due respect, we have a currency border on the island of Ireland. That was actually created by the Irish government, who decided to leave the sterling zone and join the euro a number of years ago, and there was no fuss about that. It didn't destroy the Good Friday Agreement. We also have a fiscal border on the island of Ireland. The tax regime is very different in the Irish Republic to it is in Northern Ireland. So I don't buy this argument that because you have a customs border, that somehow radically alters the situation. Surely a currency border highlights the presence of a border even more starkly, because it involves every single citizen who crosses that border using a different currency, whereas, of course, customs is only about the movement of goods, not people.
What about the point about business groups and farmers and others who have expressed concerns? Is it your view that they must say yes to this for it to be an acceptable deal?
Well, of course, this proposal is designed to address their concerns. The farming sector, the agri-food sector have said that they want to be able to continue to trade across the border, and alignment for agri-food, for example, with the single market would enable them to continue to do that. So what these proposals seek to do is to address the very concerns that farmers and the agri-food sector in particular had raised.
The director of the Northern Ireland Retail Consortium has said the plan rips up a written commitment that there would be no border checks or controls. There'll be additional sets of borders, he says. Complexity, delays, tariffs, VAT, cost rises are going to make Northern Ireland goods less competitive. That is true, isn't it?
No, it's not, because most of our goods are sold to Great Britain. There is no customs checks and no customs levies for goods travelling from Northern Ireland to Great Britain. In fact, that's the reason why we want to see Northern Ireland remain within a UK customs arrangement, because the bulk of our trade is with Great Britain. So I don't accept that, and I would challenge the Northern Ireland Retail Consortium to explain how having a customs border in the Irish Sea separating us from our biggest market wouldn't have a devastating impact on our economy and on the businesses that do their trade with Great Britain, which are of course the majority of businesses in Northern Ireland. 70% of the goods that leave Belfast Port are destined for Great Britain. So is the alternative then to have a customs border between Northern Ireland and Great Britain? Because that would devastate our economy, and of course that is not something we could support, because for that very reason.
Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, thank you very much.